So today we will see about three topics. So today will be the final class for the Python basics. So we will wrap it the basic classes for today. So this will be the final session on Python, okay, and basic topics. Uh, okay. So previously we have seen certain topics in Python. Uh, So we have seen some topic maybe we have seen listings, right? Python list. For example, if there is a different blood pressure, and if I want to find the mean for this, average for this, what I can do is uh, yeah. So basically, if the previously we have seen certain function for listings. If you want to calculate the mean, what we will do, we will add all these three numbers and we will divide it by 3. Okay, median means center number. Mean means we will add all the numbers and divide it by 3. And this mean we will call it as a function. Okay. So pre-built function, we will call it as a pre-built function. We have seen certain function in previous classes. Uh, so today we will see some new topic. Previously we have seen inbuilt function. Now we will see user-defined function. Okay. Just give a minute. So if you want to find the mean for that, we will use the method. Okay. Okay, maybe that's not an issue. We have to import certain library, I guess. But if you want to use something mean median, what you will do is you will use the function and you will put the list name here. So it will calculate the blood pressure. Okay. So this mean we will call it as a function, inbuilt function. Already there is a inbuilt function in Python for mean, median, mode, and all. So today we will see some new topic called user-defined function. Okay. So user-defined function is different from uh, inbuilt function like mean, median, mode. Yeah. So we will see what is user-defined function. User-defined function, it helps to create yourself to perform a certain task. Okay. Maybe we will see with some example, then you will understand. For example, if you want to create your own function, okay, then what you have to do is the first keyword is def. If you want to create some your own function, you have to start with the keyword def. That means define, and then you have to give the function name and then parameters. For example, if you want to convert the pound to kg, so first keyword def, and then you can give whatever name you want, the function name, and then pound. What are all the arguments you want to give, and then what is the logic? Okay, what is the logic to convert pound to kg? Okay, maybe we will write simple function. So I want to write a function for mean. Okay, uh, and then I'm giving two argument, two parameters, and then at the end of defined statement, you have to give semicolon. Okay? And then here you have to write the logic for mean. What is the logic for mean? It is a plus b divided by 2, right? So I am creating a own function for mean. So in that it will take two inputs. So that two inputs is A and B. Okay, what we are doing is we are writing a logic for calculating mean. So for mean, what is the logic? A plus B divided by 2. Okay, if there is three arguments, three inputs, we will put A plus B plus C divided by 3. Okay. So we are writing our own function called mean, and then I'm giving run. Now you have defined the function. Okay. Now I'm going to do is I'm going to run the function. And then you have to give three inputs. Okay. I'm giving A as 1, B as 2, and C as 3. Okay. You can give any value. What this function will do is it will calculate the mean for these three numbers. Okay. So what you have to do is first you have to write the function name, and then what are all the inputs required for the logic, and then you have to write the logic for that particular function. Okay. So I am writing a logic for me, and what are all the inputs required. This is, we will call it as a parameter or argument. Okay. Uh, so and written, what it will do is whatever output you are getting from the function, if you want to store, if you want to display, then you have to use the keyword called return. Okay. If you don't give return, it won't display the output. It will simply display none. So if you want to display the output, you have to use return. So this is for me. Okay, suppose if I want to convert pound to kg, then I can use the different logic. And then what are all the inputs we require? I'm converting pound to kg, right? So only one input is required, pound, and then I'm writing a logic for conversion. Okay. So what it will do is it will convert the pound to kg. So now I'm going to run this function. And if I want to if I give 1 pound, it will tell how many kg it is equal. So 1 pound is equal to 0.453 kg. If it is 3 pound, it is 1 point some 3.5 kg. Okay. So we can create our own function using the keyword called def and then function name and then what are all the inputs required. If it is only one input required, you can give only one input. If it is two or three, you can give based on your logic, you have to give the input. So then you can run the function, okay, the function name and then bracket if you give the input, it will display the output. So if you want to create your own function, you have to use the two keywords. One is define, def, and then using return. Okay. So using these two keywords, we can create our own function. So in Python ender, we have seen mean, median, right? So someone has written already the logic for this function. So using the library import pandas, we are using some function, right? Pandas.read CS. So this also one function. Someone has written a logic for this. We are simply calling that function. Okay. So someone has already written a code for this read-csv. In backend, you will see the code for that. So if you want to see the code for you can search it in Google. Okay. So someone has already written a code for read pandas.read-csv. We are simply calling that function. Okay. So define def. What is the use of that is if you want to create some function, your own function using def, you can create. Okay. What is the advantages? You can use this function at any time for multiple times. So okay, for any time you can execute the code, it will simplify the process. Okay, we will see one more example. Okay. If I want to okay. So for example, if there is no something right, you can use the print function. Okay. Uh, there is some okay. So if you don't need any input, then okay, simply you can call this without any input. Okay, for this there is no input, right? We are simply using the print statement. So when you run this code, you will get the display of the print state. Okay, so you can run the function without the input also. But this is mainly for the print statement. Okay, for print statement, you don't need any input. So if you want to display any error, if you want to pop up some message, then you can use this function. Okay. Uh, you got it, Anjali. Or do you want me to explain once again? Okay. For example, okay. Okay, so I'm saying A equal to 5 and B equal to 6. Okay. Okay, so this is one statement. Now I'm writing the function. If A equal to if A equal to 5, then answer is correct. Else answer is wrong. Okay. So if you want to display anything like this, okay, then you can simply use this function. Okay. Uh, Okay, so if you want to cross verify anything or anything, so here if you see your display error, we are simply using the print statement as a logic. Okay, in print statement we don't need any input. Okay, so we need not to give any input here. Okay, so you can simply use this function name and then it will check whether A equal to 5 or not. If A equal to 5, it will display answer is correct or it will display answer is wrong. So if you want to pop up anything like that, or you can something do like this, okay. If temperature equal to if temperature equal to less than 40 degree, less than 30 degree, then weather is pleasant. If else, its temperature is hot. Okay, so temperature equal to 35. So I'm just mentioning temperature equal to 35 degree. And now I will give the function name check weather. So what this function will do is, if the temperature is less than 30, it will tell weather is pleasant, and else it will display temperature is hot. Now simply you can run this function name. Okay, it will tell temperature is hot. Okay. Oh, you are telling many inputs, right? Okay. So you can have n number of inputs, okay? For example, here we have calculated mean, right? So here you can give n number of inputs, okay? For example, 5, 6. Then here also you have to the D plus C plus F and divided by 6, right? Okay, so you can give any number of input, but while giving the input, you have to give all the numbers here. Okay, maybe you can consider A as 1, B as 2. Okay, so then this will calculate the mean. Okay, so you can give any number of input, but whatever input you are giving here, it should match it with your, okay, when you are running the function. Okay, so there is no restriction. You can give 100 input also inside the bracket. Okay, so now maybe we will write a function to Celsius to Fahrenheit. So this is the expression for Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay. Celsius into 9 by 5 plus 32. Uh, okay, let's run this. And then if you want, we can you can give the input. Will simply tell what is the Fahrenheit temperature. Okay. So like this, you can create your own function using def and return. Okay. Okay. So there is one more thing also. For example, I'm you are having something called daily dose. Okay. So here I'm writing a logic. What is the morning dose? Morning dose will be, for example, total dose divided by and evening dose, that is also total dose divided by 2. Okay. So here we have two output. Okay, one is morning dose and another is evening dose. So here what you can do is in return you can say simply say that morning dose and comma. So even in a single function can return two output. Okay, one is morning dose and another is evening dose. So we will run this code and then I'm giving total dose as 50 mg. Okay, now it will tell me what is the morning dose and what is the evening dose. Okay, so morning dose is 25 mg and the evening dose is 25. Okay. So single function can return multiple values, multiple outputs. So you can use this function to convert the milligram to gram and you can calculate the IV drops per minute. You can create some alert like if weight is lesser than 40, then underweight. If weight is greater than 100 kilogram, then it is over obesity. So you can create alert also. Okay. So this what we have seen till now is DEF, that is user defined function. You can create your own function using DEF keyword. Okay. Either it can be mean or pound to kg or display error or daily dose. What is the uses? You can use this as single quote for n number of times in anywhere in your code. Okay. So every time you need not to write this logic, you can simply call this function name and you can run this code. Okay. The main advantage is simplicity. So every time you need not to write this logic, you can simply call the function name. It will calculate the expression or logic for you. So this is all about function. So in machine learning, we will use these functions. Okay. Sometime we have to use these functions. Okay. In machine learning, artificial intelligence. Okay. So this is one topic. We will move to next topic called for loop. Okay. Uh, okay. Okay. So there is one problem. Okay. There is something called daily dose. Okay. In daily dose, some person is some person is getting daily doses in 20 mg. Okay. And now what he is doing is he is taking the drug for 30 70 days. Okay. So what we have to do something like 20 plus 20, like 70 times he has taken a daily dose, right? Every day he has taken 20 mg. If he has taken 4 days, we will put 20 plus 20, that is 8. Then the total dose will be 20 plus 20, that will be 80 mg. Okay. Uh, okay. So this is just for 4 days. What if we taken for 400 days? Then it will be 20, 20, 20, like 400 times, right? So in that it will be a something like it's a very tricky code, that is. Okay. There is a something called for loop. Okay, what that loop will do is okay. Maybe I will start with simple example. Okay. So what I'm doing is there is something called Python in range function. Okay. What this range function will do is if if you give range 1 to 6 means the output will be something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That means the value ranges up to 6. Okay. So simply if you want to give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, simply you can give range 1 into 6. Suppose if you give range 1 to 7, then it will give the output will be something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So in Python, or we will take simple example, we will take one list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So now if you want to run a loop, okay, so what this code will do is for loop, it will run over each values in the list. Okay, in first iteration, it will take the first input value and then it will print it in a display. Okay, so what it will do is in first iteration I equal to 1. Okay, so then in print inside the I value will be 1. Okay, in second iteration I value will be, okay, so the in second iteration it is displaying 2. In third iteration, I value will be 3. Okay. So in third iteration, it is displaying uh, 3. Okay. And in fourth iteration, it is displaying I will be 4. In fifth iteration, I value will be 5. And sixth iteration, I value will be 6. Okay. Suppose if you give I plus 1, in first iteration, I equal to 1 plus 1, right? So the first value will be 2. So if you see here, in first iteration, I equal to 1. So it is displaying 1 plus 1 equal to 2. In second iteration, it is displaying 3 because I equal to 2. It will take 2 plus 1, 3. In third iteration, I will be equal to 3. Okay. So the single line of code, it will continuously run the iteration. In each iteration, I will take one value. Okay. In first iteration, it will take the first value. Second iteration, it will take the second value. Okay. Okay, so now what we are doing is, okay, similarly, what you can do is, my daily dose is 250 mg and I want to find total dose. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a for loop. So in this for loop, what I'm doing is range 1 into 6. Okay, that means I'm using 5 days. So 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5. Okay, so it is simply like that 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5. So we will have in first iteration, it will be day 1. In second iteration, day equal to 2. Third iteration, day equal to 3. And fourth iteration, day equal to 4. Fifth iteration, the day equal to 5. And sixth iteration, day equal to 6. Okay. So it will run 6 iteration. Okay. So totally it will run 5 iterations. So if we give 7, then it will run 6 iteration. Okay. So in every iteration, what it will do is the daily dose equal to 250, right? So, so if you give plus symbol here, then what it will do is in each iteration, in first iteration, daily dose will be 250, right? Okay. And in second iteration, what it will do is it will add 250 plus 250. Okay. So if you add plus here in each iteration, it will add 250, 250 here. Okay, then it will be in second iteration, it will be 500. And in third iteration, it will add like one more 250. Okay, so totally it will be 750. And in third iteration, it will add one more 250. So similarly, until 5 days, it will add 250, 250. Okay. So by this, we can calculate what is the total dose. Then if you simply run total, it will say 1250. Okay. So in first iteration, daily dose will be 250. And in second iteration, it will be daily dose will be 500. And in third day, the daily dose will be 500, 750. Fourth day, 1000. And fifth day, 1250. Okay. So, okay. So it is running 5 iterations. Okay. So this is one example. We will see one more example. Okay. We are having something called doses. Okay. So we have 3 doses, 200, 300, and 400. Okay. Now what I am going to do is I am going to adjust the dose. I want to multiply each number with 1.5. Okay. So 200 into 1.5, 300 into 1.5, 400 into 1.5. Okay. So if I want to do that manually, I have your 1.5, 1.5. That is very lengthy. Okay. For example, if you have 100 elements here, everywhere you have to write 1.5, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the for loop. For doses, for doses. So here, instead of doses, you can put the listings also. Okay. And then I'm calculating adjusted dose. Okay. So what I will do is dose into 1.5. Print adjusted dose. So in first iteration, uh, the dose will be equal to 200. Okay, in first iteration, dose will be 200. When going this to expression, adjusted dose will be 300, I guess. Yeah, yeah. And in second iteration, dose will be 300. And while going here, it will be 450. And in third iteration, dose will be 400. While going to this expression, adjusted dose will be 600. Okay. So here, if you see in first iteration, dose is 200. So adjusted dose will be 300. And in second iteration, the dose will be 300. And the adjusted dose will be 450. And in third iteration, the dose will be 450. Okay. So here you can put dose or I, it's your wish. Okay. Whatever you want, you can put it here. So simply what it will do is in first iteration, it will take 200, dose equal to 200, second iteration dose 300, fourth iteration, third iteration dose equal to 400. Okay, so we are for means we are just looping over the data. Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. Okay. Now we will do one more thing. We are having two lists. One is weight and another is height. Okay, so we have two lists. One is weight. So the first person weight is 120 and his corresponding height is 6.1. The second person weight is 60 and his weight is 5.2. Third person weight is 80 and his corresponding height is 5.4. Okay, now we are going to calculate the BMI. So we are going to use the for loop. Okay, so why we are using zip is if you are going to use two lists as a input, okay, weight and height, you have to use zip. Okay, if you don't, if you use only one listing weight, then you need not to use zip function. But when you are using listings, then you have to use zip function. Okay. So in first iteration, the W will be 120, and in first iteration, H will be 6.1. So W will be 120, will take from weight, height, H it will take from height. Okay. So in first iteration, weight W equal to 120, H equal to 6.1. In second iteration, W will be equal to 60 and H equal to 5 point. In third iteration, W will be equal to 80 and weight height equal to 5 point. The reason why we are using SIP is we are giving two listing as the input. Okay, you can give three listing also if you want. Now we will calculate the BMI. The BMI. Oh, so this is the formula for BMI. Okay. So in first iteration, W will be 120, 120 divided by 6.1 into 2. Okay, square 6.1 square. So the first person BMI is 3.22. The second person BMI is 2.21. Third person BMI is 2.74. Okay. So with the what is the use of for means it will loop over the data and do the calculation. Okay. So if you are using expression, then you have to write the logic for 3 times. Okay, 3% if you want to calculate BMI, every time you have to write BMI equal to. For 3%, you have to write 3 times, right? If it is 100%, you have to write 100 times, right? But using for loop, you within a single line of expression, you can find the output. Okay, so what is the advantages? The same expression will run over 3 times. If you have 100 elements, it will run over 100 times. Okay. So in order to simplify the code, we are using the for. And we will see one more example. So I have something called price, three different prices, 120 rupees, 250 rupees, 310 rupees. And in first iteration, price will be 120. In second iteration, price will be 250. And in third iteration, price will be 310. Okay. And the discount is 10%. So I am writing an expression. Okay, discount equal to price into 0.10. So the discount is 10%. Okay, after discount, what will be the final price? So in first iteration, price will be 120, second iteration 250, and third iteration price will be 10. So we will find the final price for each element. So after discount, the 120 will become 108. After 10% discount, 250 will become 225. After 10% discount, 310 will become 270. So the same expression is running over 3 times. If you have 5 elements, then the same expression will run over 5 times. Now this is code for kg to mg. Okay, so this is the expression for we have 3 different weight, and if I want to convert the mg kilogram to mg for all these 3 elements, I can use the for loop. In first iteration, weight will be 0.05, second iteration weight will be 0.1, third iteration weight equal to 0.1. Okay, and then it will go through this expression, weight to mg, weight equal to this numbers. Let's see what is the output. Okay, so 0.05 kg equal to 5000 mg, 0.1 kg equal to 10,000 mg, 0.2 kg equal to, sorry, just 2 lakhs mg. Yeah, 2 lakhs mg. So you can, what is the use of for loop? The single expression will run over multiple times. So you need not to write the same code for 3 times or multiple times. So the use of for loop is it will simplify the. So if you have any questions, you can put it in chat. If you understand, that is fine. We will have one simple assignment in this talk. Maybe user defined function and for. Okay. So uh, this is the example for for loop. Okay. So we can use the for loop. We have seen two topics today. One is user defined function. Using DEF and return, you can create your own function and you can call it at multiple times. Okay. And then we have seen for loop. If you want to go loop over the data, then you can use the for loop. Okay. So maybe I will send one small assignment to this. So this is all the classes about Python. You will have one small assignment in this topic. After this, we will have only advanced classes. We won't have any basic Python classes hereafter. So we will focus only on artificial intelligence model from next week. Okay. If you have any questions, you can post it here. Otherwise, we can wrap the session today. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.